huge Celtic manager news as green light given. We have some more huge managerial news coming out of the club as a green light has been given for one of our candidates to speak the club. We will discuss this story in today's video, whilst of course covering all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Chris Sutton has given his reaction to Wilfried Nancy being on the verge of becoming the next Celtic manager. Writing in the Daily Record, Sutton said the move could go one of two ways, describing it as a risk, but one worth taking. He compared Nancy's potential arrival to Ange Postecoglou's in 2021, reminding fans that risky appointments can work. Sutton acknowledged Nancy's lack of European or Scottish football experience, but praised his success with Columbus Crew, where his attacking, possession-based style won admiration. It would be a gamble appointing someone who doesn't know the European environment, Sutton admitted, but any new boss at Celtic will face pressure. Clearly the board sees something special in him. Maybe they're being smart getting in early. He stressed that whoever comes in needs backing and time, urging unity among fans as the club navigates a crucial few months. Celtic are reportedly close to finalising compensation with Columbus, expected to be around £2 million, which would allow Nancy to take over immediately. Now for the main story, as Sky Sports journalist Anthony Joseph has revealed that Columbus Crew have officially granted Wilfried Nancy permission to speak to Celtic, clearing one of the biggest hurdles in the club's search for a new manager. It's the clearest sign yet that Celtic are closing in on their preferred candidate after weeks of background work and quiet conversations. Dermot Desmond made the first approach last month and has been steering things ever since, waiting for Columbus's MLS season to conclude. Now, with Crew out of the playoffs, the path has opened for formal discussions. Nancy's reputation for player development, tactical clarity, and data-driven methods has impressed Celtic chiefs. Columbus fans credit him for transforming the club's identity and success without heavy spending. The challenge now lies in aligning ambitions. Celtic must prove the structure and support match Nancy's vision, while he must show readiness for the relentless demands of the job in Glasgow. Permission to speak doesn't finalise the move, but it's the breakthrough Celtic have been waiting for. The next few days will determine whether Nancy takes the leap and becomes the club's new manager. In other news, the latest episode of the VAR review aired on Sky Sports last night, and as expected, Willie Collum's verdict on the Austin Trusty incident has sparked uproar among Rangers fans. Collum stood by referee Nick Walsh and VAR Andrew Dallas in their decision not to send off the Celtic defender for accidental contact with Jack Butland's head during the derby, calling it a subjective call. However, another major flashpoint involved Rangers defender Derek Cornelius, who went in late and high on Johnny Kenny. Catching the striker above the ankle with his studs, Collum explained the decision not to send Cornelius off, saying, "When the Rangers player enters into the challenge, there could be a case for serious foul play, but how he arrives at the challenge is definitely more reckless. The contact is to the side of the boot, it's low, and that's what VAR and the on-field officials take into account. Sometimes in refereeing, we talk about a high-end yellow card. This would be regarded as a high-end yellow card." Many Celtic fans weren't satisfied, arguing the challenge endangered Kenny's safety and exposed inconsistency, especially compared to how Trusty's lighter contact was dissected for days. Lastly, could Wilfred Nancy become Celtic's first ever head coach? Celtic's chase for Wilfred Nancy has sparked a big question inside the support. If he gets the job, would he become the club's first true head coach rather than a traditional manager? Nancy operates in a modern structure at Columbus Crew, one built around shared responsibility, data support, and a sporting director handling off pitch matters. That's not how Celtic have traditionally worked. Simply put, a manager runs the whole football department. A head coach runs the football team. Celtic have always leaned on the old British model, where the manager influences everything from signings to long term planning. Nancy comes from a system where the coach focuses on training and tactics, while recruitment and squad building flow through a wider football operation. If Celtic choose Nancy, they can't just hand him the keys and treat him like every boss before him. They'll need to modernize, defining roles, strengthening data integration, and ensuring recruitment aligns with the coach's vision. The best clubs now separate coaching from recruitment, giving the head coach stability and focus. That's the setup Nancy thrives under in MLS, and it's what keeps Columbus Crew competitive. If he arrives into a setup that still feels rooted in the early 2000s, it won't work. But if Celtic modernise and let Nancy do what he does best on the training ground, while the football department handles the rest, he could be exactly the forward thinking appointment the club needs. This isn't just about choosing a coach, it's about choosing a structure. If Nancy is the man, Celtic must evolve to get the best from him. Also, Benjamin Nigren believes Celtic will turn things around in the Scottish Premiership because, in his words, they are the best team in Scotland. The Swedish midfielder also expressed sadness over Brendan Rodgers' departure at the end of October, admitting that the manager played a huge part in his decision to join Celtic. Speaking to the media ahead of Sweden's World Cup qualifiers against Switzerland and Slovenia, Nygren, who has played 20 games and scored 6 goals for Celtic, reflected on a turbulent first few months in Glasgow. There has been a lot of noise around the club, but Celtic are a very big club and there are an extremely large number of fans who care with all their hearts, Nygren said. We missed out on the Champions League place and lost a few games, and then Brendan Rodgers resigned. But for me personally, it has still been good. That's just how it is when you are at a big club because so many people care about it. That's also the beauty of the sport, when we have such a large following who love Celtic. It's a great honour to represent the club. I was sad that Brendan Rodgers left because I liked him and think he is a really good manager. He was a big reason why I went to Celtic, but I have had a lot of managers in my career and will probably have even more.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.